So this is a pen. This is a pen. These are both pens, but really only one pen is known as the pen. Today I'm going to review the Onoto Magna Classic. Onoto was a British company that produced fountain pens from the early 1900s through to the late 1950s. In 2005, the brand was relaunched, and they produce pens that are based on classic Onoto designs. The Magna Classic is based on the original Onoto Magna pen. So what I'm going to do is show you all the pieces of the pen. I'm going to give this pen some ratings out of 5. I'm going to rate the design, the comfort, and the writing experience. I'm going to do a writing sample, and we'll be done. Now this pen was loaned to me by a family member to review. It's not my pen, but I really appreciate the opportunity because this pen has been really nice to get to know. So we're going to start with the cap. Now, the cap has the Onoto logo on the top and kind of a pewter. I really like that logo. I think it's a very classic, modern looking logo, but modern in a almost Art Deco-y kind of way. I don't know. I just really like it. The cap has a rhodium trimmed band there, and the clip. There's a little Onoto logo there again, and then little arrows going down, and it's kind of pointy. 3 bands, 2 thinner, 1 slightly thicker in the middle. Screws onto the barrel, and I think my favorite thing about this barrel is, just get this nice and close, the imprint. It says Onoto, the pen, made in England. The is underlined, so you say it like that. This is the pen. I really like the fact that it's an imprint, especially because they're harking back to a classic design. You can see with the flat top and the way it tapers in, very classic. The imprint fits right in with that. Brings us to the section. I really like this section. It is a good size. My fingers fit in it nicely. Actually, the pen fits in my hand really nicely. Good weight, very comfortable in my hand. Section tapers in, flares out a little bit, fits my fingers perfectly. That's just the perfect way to hold it, for me to hold a pen. Really nice to write with. Brings us to the nib, and the nib says Onoto 18 karat 7F, because it's fine. It is a 2-tone nib, and it is nice and big compared to my pinky. Compared to the next one, it is a nice big nib. It's fine, so it has a little bit of feedback when you write, but it's non-pleasant. It's actually quite smooth. I really like this nib. So those are all the parts of the pen. Give you the ratings. For design, I give this pen a 4.5. I really like the harkening back to the vintage era pens, the flat top, but give it modern pieces like with the Onoto really nice logo there. Shape is nice, and the imprint is really great touch, and the nice big 2-tone nib. So 4.5 for design. Comfort, I give this pen a 5. I really like holding this pen. It just feels right in my hands. So I give it a 5. For writing experience, I give it a 4.5. Which is funny because I'm not really drawn to fine nibs, but this one's just so smooth, really nice to write with. You'll see it in the writing sample. So I really like this pen a lot. Really like it. So I'm going to give you some measurements, and then we'll do the writing sample. We'll be done. So the length is 140 millimeters. Uncapped is 123. Posted, no, this pen doesn't belong to me, and the person who owns it does not post their pens and don't like their pens posted, so I'll slightly put that on there and say that it is 164. Quite large pen like this, and it's a little top heavy, so It'd be up to you if you want to write with it posted. I personally wouldn't, and especially because it's not my pen. The section is 11 millimeters, which is I've discovered by holding this pen, a size I like. And the weight is 30 grams, so good weight. Writing samples next, and we're done. Alright, let's do a writing sample. This is the Onoto Magna Classic. It has a fine nib, and I'm not sure what ink this is. It came inked up, and so not sure. It's kind of a reddish color, maybe a red-black. I'm not certain. Anyways, so let's do some writing. Lots of pens exist. Lots and lots of them. But only one pen is the pen, and that is this one. Alright, this pen is really nice to write with. I don't normally like fines, but this one is smooth as can be. There is some feedback. You can feel you're writing with it, but not in a bad way. This is the nature of the fineness of the nib, I believe. But it just flows really nicely. If I write more quickly, we'll keep up. Not trying to be legible, but it keeps up nicely. There are no skips, no hard starts. This pen is really nice to write with. Well, how wet is it? Well, if you see, there are no empty white spaces dumping out the ink, and but it's still not super wet. You know, I would probably give it a 6 or 7 on the wetness scale of 1 to 10. Yeah, it's not bad, not super wet, but it's not too dry either. It flows really nicely. Is there a line variation? There is a little bit coming out of it, not a lot. You expect that with an 18 karat gold nib. I'm not going to push it very far, as this is not my pen, but yeah, I guess a little bit bigger. Even with a modest pressure, you get a little bit of difference between, say, there and there. So that's nice. What about in the reverse? It's very pale, very scratchy, not pleasant, so I wouldn't suggest it for anybody, even if you like writing in reverse. Yeah, I really like this pen. When I saw that it was a fine, I was surprised because of the person who loaned it to me, but it writes really nicely. I don't even care that it's a fine. If I tell you the truth, I would happily write with this pen any day of the week. So, there you have it. That's the review. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, please feel free to comment below, hit the like button, or subscribe. There's plenty more videos coming. Until then, goodbye.